Hello and welcome to 1976 South Africa and Kyalami. We've travelled all this way for a 20-minute race in 1976, starting at 12 o'clock in the afternoon with one weather slot of heavy cloud, standing start, no pit stops and a medium rubbered circuit. Our opponents will be only the minis from the vintage touring car Tier 2 class, which means we've got 15 opponents on 120 skill level with typically mini club racing high aggression. I'm very excited for this race. I think it's going to be an absolute corker. So, without further ado, let's get trackside and let's go racing. That's a good start there. This is about as good a start as I think you're going to find. Oh, especially just nipping up the inside there. That sort of completed it, didn't it? Yeah, awesome. Come on, come on. Nice. Wasn't expecting that little gift. Just a mini size gap. That has been an absolutely brilliant start to the race for us. Who's in the lead? Ah, Dan's in the lead. Nice. Right, let's see if we can get up there and give him a bit of support. It's going to get smelly, that, isn't it? Nice move. And you covered off the cutback as well. Nice. Very good. A little bit of contact there. Sorry, bud. To get out the throttle on the exit just a little bit there. Right, let's latch onto Burton. So we've got our fuel mixture is on lean, so our top speed should be fairly equal as they can be anyway. come on. A bit wide. Going to be a bit wide on the exit. Well played, Burton. Nice one. I think you got this, haven't you, mate? Yeah. It's just a little bit too late on the brakes on the first corner. It's like it's undone everything. But they are extremely good in this run up to this corner and into this corner as well. It's getting mugged left, right, and centre. But you know, that's mini racing really. You got to take the rough with the smooth. It's not like the JCWs. It's a bit wide there as well. It's not like the JCWs where you're fighting for every position. Here, you sort of easy come, easy go sort of attitude, and I think it's because they're so rubbish aerodynamically that down any straight you can, as long as you're within a certain distance, you can pretty much get it back again. So the whole pack's closed up, hasn't it? So Mavridis and Dan have been caught now by Langer, and Burton's nearly on that group as well. That's more like it. When all this racing and compromising is massively hurting our lap times, but it's good fun, isn't it? I mean, look at it, it's just great. No way, mate, you're not coming through there. That was not a gap. Well, there's me worrying about a little bit of a scratch to the bright work, and they're doing that, so I don't feel too bad. I mean, no, it's not going to happen. That I'm glad I pulled out of that one. I thought Lane was going to send it up the inside there, even though there was a decreasing gap. So I kept it a little bit wider than I wanted, but I'd rather that than have a tangle. Right, let's just stay out of the way, I think. Thanks, Dan. Not a gap. That is not a gap. So you find yourself taking a slightly compromised line to defend an outlandish attempt of just shoving it up the inside and see what happens sort of type move. A bit quick, isn't it? Let's leave it in third, this one. It's not a gap. Oh, I don't want to have to keep like taking a super duper early apex just to, but it's looking like that's what's going to have to happen, isn't it? Or we just really embrace the easy come, easy go nature of it. I think I'm going to go option 2. Let's embrace the easy come, easy go and see where it lands us. It's a very different way for me to consider going racing. We have a very good run up to the line, don't we, compared to them? Have to bear that in mind later in the race. If it's a drag race to the line, we might well have a slight advantage there. Get off there, Andrew. It doesn't feel like I'm leaving a gap. It really doesn't. Make sure I'm leaving room on the outside. Maybe a bit over generous there. Very, very good on the entry. Very good on the entry. But then maybe that's what compromises them on the run up to the line then. Maybe that's why they're so slow up to the start-finish line. I don't think we've seen the last of them guys yet. This has been brilliant fun. They hang on to third longer than me there, but that might just be because they're a bit slower coming out of the last corner. Maybe they're then just that bit later getting on to fourth. But he definitely changed up a good second and a half after I did there. Take your brother out, Andrew. Easy come, easy go. Nowhere to go. Seem to have a bit of a speed advantage, even though we're on the lean fuel. Although having said that though, look at Lane coming up. Is that Lane? Yeah. Come on, get off there. As far as that wasn't the track limits actually. So this is the penultimate lap, is it? Yeah, this will be the penultimate lap. Make sure you give him room, Andrew. Come on! Go, go, go! Right, last lap. Come on, Dan. Tuck in. Little beauty. Oh, that was sweet. Right, let's see if we can make this the lap of our life. Right, let's come over this side, make them go the long way. Come on. Oh. A bit wide. I think we've got this. I think we've got this now. Yeah, they're not coming back from that. Oh, what a brilliant race that's been. Fantastic. I think that might even beat Silverstone. Get in there, you lot. Yes! Awesome. Right, let's have a look at these times. That doesn't really tell the story of the race, that does it? That gap. That was fantastic. So we were all very, very close on times as well, really, all within sort of like half a second or so, innit, give or take. But the toe is so strong that, yeah, I mean, the gaps between these times, these fastest times, doesn't really mean anything because the toe is so strong. So we got it ahead of Jim Lane. Dan was completing the podium. Langer, Stevens, Rose, Burton. Mavridis was 8th. And Mavridis was awesome at Long Beach, wasn't he? He was unbeatable at Long Beach. Burns, Perry, Costanzo. Fantastic. Right, let's get into the replay, shall we? Hey, what a brilliant race that was. I didn't think we were going to beat Silverstone, but we got ourselves a new candidate for Race of the Year for me. That was fantastic. Really, really, really enjoyed that race. I spent a fair bit of time during the week working on the setup of the car, which I also did for Silverstone. But when I rewatched Silverstone, although when I was driving it, the car didn't feel that far out, but when I watched it, there was so many corrections being made, and I thought there's a lot of time being left on the table there. So I came here and I spent a lot more time on it. I tried loads of different directions and different sort of philosophies, trying to understand what this car actually wants. And I went a completely different direction, and the car felt like it was more drivable. It didn't have that. It still did it a little bit. It still does it a little bit, but it didn't have such a large tendency to turn in, correct, turn in again. And that's what I'm going to continue working on with the car, to try and get it so that it's being driven into the corner, being driven out of the corner. So I'm still gonna. It's still a work in progress. It's better, but it's not quite where I want it to be yet. So yeah, it's. I'm going to carry on with that and keep plugging away at it. But the racing is so good that I kind of can't put it down. I think I still prefer driving the JCW, but there's something about this that just feels nice. You know, it feels. Maybe it's the age of the car. Maybe it's the historic versions of the circuits. I'm not sure, but there's something just a bit more romantic about it. It feels more just friendly and more Clubman sort of atmosphere, and I have this feeling where I don't want to make contact with another car. I mean, I never do anyway, but you know, even more so, I don't want to make contact with another car because it just feels like it's more of a gentleman style racing. Although when you watch some of the AI cars, you wouldn't think it, but that's how I like to approach it. It's also nice to have my brother's livery in the field as well and racing him, and I do find myself being a bit more mindful of it. It's almost like I'm being watched by a member of the family, even though he can't see it. But yeah, really, really pleased. I can't really quite put my finger on where I need to improve on the car yet, in terms of how I'm going to do it. I think I just need to go to the next circuit and just find out what its limitations are there, and just keep doing that. That's what that was the process I went through with the JCW, and it took a long time. And I dare say I'll do the same thing with this, and I'll end up in a position where I've got a base setup that I have known things that I just move here and there just to position the car where I want it in its balance window. But yeah, really, really pleased. What a brilliant circuit as well. I've never really been to Kyalami Historic before. Really enjoyed it. It's very, very different to the current modern day version of it. I was quite surprised, you know, when you think how you're sort of trying to place yourself on the current circuit, and it's difficult to get your bearings. It is a completely different circuit. At some point they must have done an awful lot of work on the neighbouring lands to extend the circuit the way that they have. But yeah, really, really pleased. Really love it, and I might just jump back into it and do it again because it's just a really lovely circuit to drive. So yeah, anyway, right, I'll leave you there. Thank you very, very much for watching, and until the next time, we'll see you later.